Hello everybody and welcome back to the pYanodons playthrough. It's fantastic Mr. Ghost. I have here the next project, at least the first one of today. We'll try and knock out as much as possible. But first, last episode, I started to render our little puppy dogs here and got the Dingrit Spike, which is a key ingredient in one of the ingredients to the Arkwid MK02s. Then I built this sweet sugar build, pun intended, for our Corlex MK02 spin-up. And we needed that sugar for the pluripotent stem cells to manufacture Corlex MK02s. And of course I'm running out of chitin, so I have to sacrifice some Vrauks to keep that process going. Oh well. Over here at the Casein build, the Easy Squeeze ranches are fully upgraded as of right now. MK02 Easy Squeeze ranches and the MK02 Corlexes. 32. Yeah, not 16. And over here at the Corlex build, I still have 32 times 3 left to go. Now Corlexes, I did look this up. They are used in, I think, the Arkwid MK03 spin-up for the, like, I guess it's the maggots get put into the animal and then the maggots hatch and eat the animal. So we do need the Corlex, just the base one. And it might be, you know, later on we need the MK02-3s for other creatures, because you need the MK03 2 and 3 creatures to spin up higher level creatures. So you can't just use the ones anymore. But I think the MK03 Arkwid uses the MK01 Corlex, so we'll need these later. And then I created the magnetic beads, which is used for the other two ingredients for the Arkwid MK02 spin-up. Boy, these bees are a pain. And then once we got all the stuff, we made the propeptides. So finally, we got actually 2 down, because we need, well, not 2 down. We have the iron-enriched moondrops, but we need this ingredient to make the enzymes, the bacteria enzymes, or whatever those are called. So this is one of 3 to 1 to 1. Yeah, it's confusing. So I've been racking my brain over here with these seeds that we need for the seed extract right here. This one machine gets 4 seeds. Tree seeds, which aren't tough, I mean, obviously. Reina, Grod, and guar bean seeds. We take those and we make a seed extract. Now, the seed extract is used for one other thing later on. So this is going to be a trainable item. Because I think, I can't remember I think it's for Ulrichs or something later. There's an animal that we're going to need just this. Then it's on to the energy drink, which is used for a lot of different animals. Probably, I think 3 or 4. The Auogs, Ulrichs, and I think maybe 3 creatures I looked through. So we will need the energy drink for other things. And it's great to have it trainable so we can move it wherever we need to move it, because this base is huge. Now I want to spin up the Auogs, and I want to get the percent chance spin up going. And then, if I have time, I work on the Arkwid stuff. So we're getting down to the wire here, which is good. We have the Auogs and the Vrauks. I have another project over here, which is now this gas draft, whatever this thing's called. This one requires the Bodos. I marked it here, and the fuel, and that requires the fuel rod. Well, I don't want to do the fuel rod here for this yet, because we need consistent plutonium production. But over here we have a Muckmoo. Now the Muckmoo, I think, doesn't have any use. Now, I spun up, I think I've got, oh yeah, I put a Muckmoo, I made them here. We'll go over it when I get to it. And I think I have one in here, I want to say. Can't really see it. But I made 2, so we can get the breeding going. This is a low priority, but I want to get the Muckmoo spun up and ready. And then the giraffe will be later, like I said, once we get the plutonium that the fuel rod requires in production. Right now, it's just a byproduct. And as I mentioned, the Vrauks. Now, I think I have to break this out. This is the percent chance part here. To get the Vrauk spin up, there's probably some other ingredients. So when I get to this point, I'll break it out a little more, because here's these right here is how we get the Aug percent chance. We have to we get an ablaze Aug out of this, and we have to feed it an Aug pup with all this other stuff here. We may get an Aug out, which we don't need. What we're looking for is that 0.5% Aug MK02. Then we get an ablaze Aug, which is, I guess he's hopped up on energy drinks, you know, and we need to cool him off. Now, I'll take these Augs and, you know, put them in the rendering area, because we don't need the Aug MK01. We need the pup. I might be able to do an Aug breeding on site, but that means I have to bring all the crap in here. So most likely what I'll do is I'll hook this up where the Augs are being made and bring the pups to this breeder here. And then I can take the Augs and, you know, throw them in a case, and then I can distribute them, you know, for the rendering. So the ablazed Aug here, 10% chance. We need this Aug powered generator. And we put an ablazed Aug into it. Interestingly enough, you can put an Aug or, you know, the MK02 4 and 3s, or 3. Wow, that's weird. 2, 3, 4. So I have ablaze Aug MK02 to 4, and you can actually use Augs to power them up. But you need this Pyphoon to give them rest so they can go back. It's a kind of a fun little quirky power system, and if you kind of look at it, the bedding is what? Seeds and soil and stuff like that. The energy drink is seeds and some other things. The Aug food is basically just bare bones materials, right? So it's quite intensive with the mining, you know. So I'd rather just use coal. You know, it's easy. Coal power. There you go. This requires so much infrastructure and so much mining and processing. It's kind of like, yeah, that's why I call it a novelty, kind of a fun little thing to do. But we need the Aug food for this, as you can see. So that's why I want to set this up by where the Aug rendering is, because we got the pups coming out. I already have the Aug food. We'll bring the bedding in and the energy drinks via train. And this one here needs the casein and the albium, so I have to train those two items in as well. But the main thing is I already have the breeding complex set up to kick out pups. And I don't want to have to reproduce that whole thing, because it's a pretty big process there alone as it is. Now the MK02 Auogs, the spin up here, is another process in itself. So as you can see, I got all this farming here for quality Aug food. Yeah, they're finicky. So this is the pup producer here. It needs 2 Aug MK02s to produce 5 pups MK02s. This one here is the maturing recipe. And we have bedding. I got the milk bottles going, so I might have to do a purple case now for, I think it was the Ulrichs, because I don't want the milk bottles trapped in there in the passive provider. I might be able to get away with it, but yeah, I think, well, they're in a passive provider. So yeah, I might be able to get away with passive providers on these, because the bots will go and grab them. But, you know, because if I put a purple chest down, I have to have a storage chest marked to collect the empties. So that's kind of the thing there. So everything here is doable. I have the bedding already in the biohub. We've got the ability to do the milk. All I need is the quality Aug food. So the quality Aug food, I'm thinking that's going to be a separate build. We'll train that in, and we're going to need this. Most likely, I might do the quality Aug food and train that over to the Aug builds that I have. I think I have 4 of them right now. Each one is doing something different. You know, one is slaughtering, one is ammonia, one is plastic, and the byproducts that I collect are the ammonia and cyanic acid. And then I have a manure one. In order to upgrade those recipes, it'd be great to have the quality Aug food on the network, and then I can go back around and upgrade those for better yield. So all in all, this is a pretty big process here. From the energy drinks on to get the Aug MK02s, that might be just this episode alone. So let's get cracking. All right, it's done. So this is kind of a first attempt at a farming setup that I was talking about, I think in the last episode, where I'm bringing everything in that's required for all the farming, and it's a tough, it's tough. Instead of the sideways thing, maybe I can go vertical, you know, like bring the belts out like this from the top, and then I have the sides and the top here, and even the bottom too. But, you know, you don't want to bring too much in because then trains are going to be waiting, and you have to do an input queue then, which I don't do. The input queue is the rail line, but, and, you know, usually pYanodons and these overhaul mods, they're not meant to be mega basing. It's just a lot of complexity with little bits and pieces going all over the place, so it's kind of weird. I already knew the Reina wasn't going to be enough. This is just the first iteration of it. So the Reina seeds I'm going to have to build up because these are MK01 Reinas. And speed, oh wow, only 16% on those. Holy cow. What's the Grod? Yeah, see, look at that. The Reinas are really bad for time. I didn't even realize it was that low. So I've got over here, you know, the soil and limestone bus, I guess you could say. And I'm doing the full lanes because I do these pickoffs here. If I terminate a lane, then I just do this stuff here. I terminate it and combine it here. And I wasn't sure how far I was going to go down. So, you know, I didn't plan for it. This is, like I said, this is just a first pass. Trying to get my ideas going for a farming, I guess you could say a train to bus, train to belt bus, and then feeding the farms. And then, of course, it's easier just to do a full belt and then pick with the splitter. Like this, you know, I do the splitter, underground, come in, and side load, and then you get it's easier to do the, you know, mixed belt that way. The guar requirement is so high on this. It's 100 guar beans. How many does this produce? It's 2 to 8. And then this one is, what, 25 to 15. I don't know. Percentage-wise, ratio-wise, it's about the same as maybe any other farm. And there we go. So, oh, and then this is expandable up. And it's really, well, like I said, what do you call it? It's these here. The Reina is what's closing this down a little, or slowing it down. And over here, oh, you know what? I didn't realize it, that there is carbon coming in here. I'm sure I'm going to get a comment on that video. I was thinking it was oxygen, because it just hit me as oxygen. But yeah, this is a carbonated drink. So yeah, we got carbon, we got the sweetener, we got the water to kind of bring the concentration down. And then the aluminum for the can, which is awesome. I love that. They use plastic, tin can, plastic for some of the containers, aluminum for some other containers. There's a couple of, I want to say there's another one. Well, there's wood. The fiberboard is basically, when you do the starch, the fiberboard is for the container. Everything else goes in there. I think that's how it is, you know. Or, the fiberboard. Yeah, fiberboard is for all the material to contain the starch. So you actually have the container. And there we go. We got the energy drinks. Now, what's good about these energy drinks is there's 7. And that's really good because the syrup, it's 25 syrup. And this thing only requires 1 seed extract. And, well, the 5 sugar. And the sugar's not that difficult. I think I'm going to swing back around, like I said, to that. Well, yeah, I got to do a 2 for build. So I have to, that's why I say it in the episodes, because when I listen to do my quality control, listening back, I start writing stuff down and doing it off screen or whatever. All right, so that's the energy drink there. I just wanted to break in and kind of showcase it and explain my logic here. The course faction, because there's not a big requirement for the course faction here, I just did an off case thing as well as the tree seeds. If I were to expand this out, I would most likely do the wood to tree seeds and similar to the limestone and soil. Same thing with the course faction. And the problem is that we're going to get a rods to course faction. Well, casting the rods and then training those around is going to be more effective. They stack to 200, so I'd rather do that instead of the obviously the iron plate. 2 rods, 2 course faction. And this is the best recipe for that course faction, of course. All right, so there we go. And, the lamps are a big pain in my ass. I might, in the future, I have to remember to do a lamps drop-off because you don't need a lot of them, and they stack to a... well, yeah, it depends on the plant, and other stuff here I can bring in a lot of, but the lamps I don't need a lot of. You know, you need 1 or whatever, so I'll have to refine that. But I'm okay with how it's going. We've got the energy drinks. I'll come over here and I'll build up what I need. I didn't hell mod this, but that's because I'm not really sure how many energy drinks I'm going to need. And we're only going to need them for the Auogs spin up. So speaking of that, let's get cracking on spinning up some Auogs. MK02s. All right, folks, let's get these energy drinks in use here. I went ahead and set this up ahead of time. I cut a temporary rail system in here to, bring the materials that we don't need here. The pups are right here, curving around. Ugh, yellow inserters, I hate them. And there we go. So let's see what we get out of this thing. We got an Auog out of that. Oh, here he is. Oh, I see. All right, this thing right here is on the power network. And I can't have that. I think I got to move it out of the power network here. Maybe I'll go here for now. Oh, and there is something that... Am I going to get the Auog back? I don't think I did. Oh, wow. Okay, I lost an Auog. Okay, here's an Auog here. Oh, hello. And that's got to be that way. There we go. So this is an... it's producing... it's maturing the Auogs, so that we know that. Now, we could get it's kind of hard to see. I thought that was a tired Auog, the Auog MK02. It's actually got 2 red dots, but the Auog tail, I guess, is kind of cutting that top red part out. There's a blaze. There we go. Now, this Pyphoon right here, I'm not sure what I get out of this. So let's pop this baby in here. All right, there he is. And all I need is a power pole here. And this is powering that. I'm thinking of, well, this one here. I think, now the idle power here is only 500 kilowatts. So sometimes you can just throw some machines down, Let me put one here to bring the idle power up. There we go. See how he's on there? This is over a year ago that I had these guys. So let's go ahead. You know what? Let's put will this reach? Of course it will. No! Stop! Yeah, I'll go there, I guess. And yeah, I need stuff that has high power draw, just for now, just to showcase this. So you can see that this has got a lot of fuel in it, But what I'm thinking is I could take these Blaze Auogs and just throw them in a box and shoot them. But, I feel like being humane. So there we go. We got 2 in there now. So this is just going to keep spinning and spinning and spinning until we get the MK02. And we need 2 from what I remember on that. Let me take a look at that again. Yeah, so here's the one where we need the quality Auog food bedding. Everything else is easy. We have... so I'd have to do the quality Auog food. We have the bedding in the hub there. So this Auog... We need 2 MK02 Auogs to make 5 pups. So this spin up should be pretty quick. And then the 5, I think... Okay, it takes 4. And it's possible we get 2 to 4 out. So there's some... At least you get a minimum of 2, though. So you always get your original 2 back. So it's hitting on the Auog MK02 pup maturing. So you want that 4 to 4 then. Okay, so let's go back here. So 2 to 5, and then you lose... Oh, it only needs 4 of those 5 to get 4 out. So yeah, it looks like it'll if you hit on that 4 for the maturing, and then it'll spin up pretty quick. But you could do the 2, and then it's a wash. It's a bust. So yeah, that's fine. How many Augs are we getting out of here? 12. So the good thing is at least I'm getting some mature Augs out of this thing. Okay, wow. This thing can, man. I'd love to hook this up to the network, but the power, the base isn't running right now. It's 1.6. That's the lowest I've ever seen it. So the coal power is taking over right now, So, oh man, I wish I could find a machine that, has a high draw here. So I got 603 kilowatts of idle power here, and the AUG is kind of moving a little faster. I need more power. Literally. I want to see what this pops out. I'm assuming it's an AUG that's tired. And then we need the Typhoon Bay to recover the AUG. So that's why I'm saying, what's the point with the Ablaze AUGs? It's just for power, and then you have to rest them, and then you get them back as a regular AUG. So I might just blow the Blaze logs up, or AUGs, because, then I have to spend quality food to get them from tired to, normal. And, I'm spending resources to get them back, and I'm not getting any, it's a wash on the resource consumption, if anything. I don't know. All right, albium's going to be a problem, so I'm going to have to potentially run this AUG thing here to get blood back. Oh, my God. Talk about crazy, huh? Just for an MK02 AUG. Oh, boy. All right, I'm going to set up for the next project, and we'll go from there. All right, folks. I got a spaghetti mess here. Well, it's not too bad. Quality Vraug food. Now, I'm just bootstrapping this up, trying to get something to go here, because, boink, let's start these trains up. Make sure. Yes, okay. I got the AUGs. I was shocked. I was gonna do some other stuff. Usually what I do is I'll, do something else while I'm waiting for the creature spin-ups for the one I set up in the beginning of the episode. My format has been spin something up, go work on the bees. Spin something up, go work on the bees. Because the bees are nuts, as we know. And so I decided, well, I was going to go down and beef up the albium, because the albium was kind of, sputtering. But I don't need a lot of albium. It's just that process took a lot. So I'm like, all right, I'll go down and throw a couple more centrifuges down, which look like this. And all of a sudden, the speaker goes off, and the video is getting a little long, so I'm going to get this going here. I'll explain. I mean, we looked at this recipe already. I had casein from when I ripped up the AUG, the chance to get the AUGs. Oh, I was confused about that, the Ablaze AUG and all this. Well, I mean, you get I don't know when, it's been a while. I assume we unlocked you need the Tufras to get the sugar, and all that. I'm assuming we've had that for a while. The energy drink. So, hey, plastic. So, I assume that the energy drink's been around, and I just never looked at it. Well, the Ablaze AUG is mainly just for fun power, right? I kind of figured that out. And you need the Typhoon Bay, obviously, to get that AUG back, because it's going to be tired. Now, you can put a regular AUG in that power thing, and then typhoon him, or pyphoon it, with the food. Well, the energy drink gives it, I think, more power. So I don't have the Typhoon Bay on me anymore, but I think if you mouse over the AUG, it has like a power rating on it. I have to look at it. I did notice it. So I didn't need the energy. Well, we need the energy drink, obviously, to get the AUG, the MK02 version. So we needed that already. It's just I didn't need to do all that other crap with the Typhoon Bay and the power thing, because we're just getting these Ablaze AUGs. Who cares? Just get rid of them. So I blew them up in the chest. So don't tell the AUGs that. Anyway, this little system here, I just got the basic mushrooms. I like this recipe because it's just plop and drop. And I like this Malaysia one here too, because it's plop and drop. You just need a soil extractor, water, and I throw down a electrolyzer for hydrogen, vent the oxygen. Hydrogen goes to the plants. And I got my water extractor here. I've got the steam generator here. I'm waiting for wood. Oh, what's going on here? Oh, what do I have this set to? 5. What do I have in here? Oh, okay, flowers and all that stuff. All right, cool. What are we missing here? Oh, just the wood. Okay, so the wood's gonna pop here. Where's my wood? Do I have enough? Oh, I forgot the wood. Oh, okay. I know. You know what? I looked at the seeds and I forgot the wood. So let me go ahead and request that. And there's the wood. Finally. Yeah. This base is getting too big. There we go. Finally. It's the first time I've ever made this stuff. And I think it makes 6. 5. There we go. 5. All right. So we're making that. I got the case. I think it probably stacks to 100 there. And I got an extra inserter and belt. Get out of here. Oh, and I got to get rid of these flowers. Probably, yeah, I'll get rid of them. So anyway, yeah, it's just a simple... I like this build. Oh, yeah, it's kind of fun. I don't do blueprints unless... I mean, if I have a build, I'll copy paste it, but I don't have like a real, go-to one here. So I took the flowers down, I side loaded here, and then I'm drawing them back up for the seed production here. And this is the seed and soil line here. So I don't know, it's kind of fun. That's why I don't, using blueprints, you get stuck on the same builds over and over and over, and you don't get innovation that way. It's kind of fun. Now rail and was it rail and belts? The belt balancers and things. Those, yeah, you want blueprints for those. You want to be consistent and stuff. All right, I'm gonna go and set up the Auogs. All right, folks, it's always something. I forgot to set filters on the quality Aug food. And get this, these commenters are jammed. What are these doing now? They're over here. Oh, they're doing the mushroom stuff. Yeah, so I had to run over there. I went over there in my car, took the train back. So let's go over here. Yep, look at that. I had to start a new row of animals. Something will go here. I don't know what yet. Probably the Vrauks. Oh, they're going over there. Oh, I got to get some charging stations in over here. Yeah. Usually I'll put a charging station right, where they're delivering, And there we go. Yes. So the 2 Auogs go in. Let's see how many pups we get here. 4? 5? We got 5. Is that right? What is it? Oh, yeah, 5 guaranteed. Okay, this is the... Oh, I forgot to filter these. I'll get that in a second. Okay, I'm waiting on the food. We got 4 on that craft there. What do we got? 1, 2, 3. Where's the darn recipe at? Okay, we got the max on that one. So that means we get... yeah, we get 2... 2 Auogs is 5. Oh. 3, 4. Oh, this is going to spin up quick. All right, let me get this squared away here. Man, this thing is fast. The breeder is quick. Let's see here. We've got 30-second craft, but with the Auogs at 100%, what is this? 600%. 3.15 craft speed. That's the key there. Yeah, same thing here. So I set up this thing to whitelist the Aug Pup MK02s. Oh, and I did limit this to 4. See, because you don't want to overproduce your pups. Again, you got to limit your output from this one here. Yeah, see how it's taking from the inventory, feeding it into this one. So now this pup thing is it's gonna build up quick. The way things can kick out some pups, similar to cotton guts. So that's a good thing. All right, well there we go. So what I'm gonna do, yeah, the reason I wanted to get this done, I want to get this Aug thing upgraded because there's a lot of stuff that come from the Augs. Having it faster is gonna go a long way, and I'll have to remember to do some recipe checks to see if I can get that quality food into at least one of the builds. If anything, the one that I'm doing plastic and what is it? The ammonia one. Yeah. So I have 2 Aug builds that are really important to speed up and get a better recipe with the quality food. So I'll keep an eye on this thing, and next episode, well, we got the Vrauks here. Oh, you know what? Before I end the episode, I was looking at the bees. You know, I'm breaking things out more and more. Haha. Here's the Bodos build, and I got the plutonium-239. I brought it up here. And if I run out, I've got research that I can run. Hopefully we can spin up some. It all depends on how much chemical science gets consumed. So I'm going to have a kick out. I got to go back down there. I didn't do it yet, but I got to have a kick out to save this stuff. And I'm not going to train it up yet, but I want to definitely get a case going to save this stuff instead of having it, you know, burned by the pie burners. So we need this. This is like a mushroom, you know, so it's a Bodos spore here. And I didn't realize, oh yeah, it's the same thing. Yeah, Bodos spore, Bodos plant, or mushroom. We need the second, I think, yeah, there's one more. It's specialty fungal substrate or whatever it is. And so I got all this stuff here. I got the fuel rod, I decided to go with the automated factory here. So this one gets prod, this one doesn't. I don't care about using the MK02 for that. So I'd rather have prod on something, you know, prod on the graphite rod. And then this Bodos is for this thing, whatever, I can't remember the name of it. And then we've got the Chimeran or Chimeran, and we got the chemical stuff here. And then we get this thing. So yeah, we're chipping away at it. And then this is the apiary that you need to spin up the MK02s consistently. And I had to look at this again, but then I found out, oh, you need a Dilmo, or is it a Dilmo? Yeah, this is a Dilmo egg or something. And I made some already. I made 2. And I can't make the Dilmo reef. It's like a reef or something. This is a sea creature. And guess what I need? I need the aerogel to spin this up. And I didn't realize that I need the Dilmo for the Arquid MK02. So we have to spin up another creature to make this thing the MK02. So pretty much all these creatures we've been spinning up, you know, of course there's some that I've been doing because for upgrades, but man, there's a lot of creatures involved in this bee. We've got the Skondrix, the little wolfy guys, the Dingrits. Now we got this thing. So, yeah, I think, yeah, I'm just trying to knock out the upgrade stuff now. And all the new creatures, I want to spin up the new creatures too, you know. So new creatures and the MK02s to do the upgrades. This is a part of the upgrade, but man, you could see this thing is just, it won't go away. It just won't go away. The footprint gets, every time I knock something out, the footprint gets bigger because I'm breaking stuff out. So we'll carry on with that. I'd like to get the Vrauk MK03 out of the way. And then, so maybe we'll work on that next episode. Take a little break from the bees, you know. All right, so I'll keep an eye on these guys. Look, I got 6. All right, it's going to be a slow process. The barreling is, I probably need more barrels. So I'll adjust this stuff, do the AUG upgrades, carry on next episode. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed. We got AUG MK02s. See you in the next one. Peace out.